Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. Flowers for you on Valentine's Day. Check my website for more artworks and photographs at ilmaarts.com. Today, I'd like to share with you Luke 19 verse 3. It says, he tried to look at Jesus, but he was too short to see over the crowd. Here's my poem. Different perspectives. Do you see life as Christ would see it? Do you know his teachings and listen to his spirit? When you acknowledge your sin, you admit your littleness. It makes you see through the lens of his wisdom and greatness. If you admit your weaknesses, God will lift you up. If you deny it, you will stagnate and not grow up. Take God's viewpoint in everything you do. His perspective will make all things new. Here's my essay. In drawing, perspectives are very crucial. When you draw on the spot, it is important to just stay in one viewpoint, or else you will distort the finished work. This is why when you have a model, you only stay in one angle and ensure that the model doesn't move as well. Looking at it in one perspective will make it work right, but seeing it from many angles will cloud your sight and your visual memory. In Luke 19, we hear the story of Zacchaeus, the chief tax collector in Jericho. He tried to get a look at Jesus, but he was too short to see over the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a tree beside the road to get a better perspective. Jesus asked Zacchaeus to make him guest in his home. Prayer. Lord, thank you for showing me your view through your holy book. Reflection. What viewpoint do you have of God that was contaminated by the world? When I didn't read the Bible, I used to think, we grew up, we used to be scared of God because he's going to punish us if we do something wrong. And I think a lot of children during my era, my age, I'm in my 50s now, so we were taught to just have blind obedience without understanding, just follow, obey, blind obedience. Obedience is good, but I think God doesn't want us to be in the dark about what we're obeying about for, because he explains everything in the Bible that it will protect us if we obey his will. So it's also good to know the perspective where God is coming from, because the world does not tell us exactly the real truth of the perspective that God was trying to view it from. For example, one aspect is like boys are told not to cry by the world because they think that crying is actually a weakness. But as far as the Word of God is concerned, when you cry, it actually you acknowledge your weakness. And when you acknowledge your weakness, you're able to humble yourself and know that there is someone greater than you are. So if you look at the world perspective on crying, it's a weakness. If you look at it in God's perspective in crying, it's a strength. So isn't that amazing? On one issue, if you look at it in God's perspective, it will be very different. But if you look at it in the world's perspective, it's different. And God knows the truth, and the truth sets us free. So who are you going to believe? Are you going to look at it on God's perspective, or are you going to look at it in the world's perspective? Take your pick. I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Have a blessed day.